Hi guys, welcome to my final video on my DA. So over the semester I've been learning and curating content to create a mini podcast series on the popular game Grand Theft Auto. This video will cover my response to feedback and the project's success and limitations. Firstly, I just wanted to show you a little snippet so that you can get an idea of what the podcast has been like.
Australia, we've got laws that people can't have guns, people can't, without licenses and whatnot. Whereas America, it is there's a lot more freedom around it. And I think that personally, we're going to have our grandkids and they're going to be playing the games, and it's probably my brother used to sit on the couch and play GTA, that's so powerful. That means you've done a good job, because to be able to make someone feel the way that I feel when I think of that, and the way.
As the semester has moved forward, feedback became available to me by my peers and my tutors. Unfortunately, I did not receive as much feedback as I would have liked to. I only received comments on my pitch by my peers, and then following on beta blogs by my tutor. Within the pitch, I received comments that have positive reinforcement. A few points within the comments were that I needed to strengthen my analytical framework. I then decided to take my framework to the next step. I created more of a solid framework that consisted of formalism, media archaeology, structuralism, and post-structuralism. Head to my blog post I've linked below for the full breakdown of my framework. I wanted to implement my framework to analyze GTA and the links to gun violence. This was when I received my next feedback comment from my tutor. He told me to keep it simple, to stop trying to find a deeper meaning. Not all games are about a deeper meaning. That I didn't have to link everything that I was thinking to gun violence. And that it was okay to look at the game as a whole because of my lack of experience, as I'm not a gamer at all, and it's one of the only games I've actually even played. So I took this feedback on and I implemented it in the next episode. I created more of a general feel and really focusing on the nostalgia and taking it back to what aspects of the game made me feel a certain way, made the people around me feel a certain way. I even decided to shed more positive light on it instead of negative. As for the project's success and limitations, the project has some more limitations than successes, unfortunately. The one major success that came out of it was the overall knowledge I learned about GTA and the game in general. The topic of conversation opened up a whole new world that I was completely unaware of. Without this podcast or task being set, I wouldn't have been able to analyze these precious memories that I associate with the games. As for limitations, I did struggle with many. Firstly, the biggest one was time. I completely underestimated the time that goes into the production of a podcast. The planning and the recording was something that I just really wasn't ready for. After coming out of lockdown and having 2 jobs, unfortunately, it was something that I put on the back foot. Time also played a role in the constraint of my knowledge. My research also suffered within the time issues, therefore I felt my knowledge about the game could have been at a higher level, which was unfortunate. The second limitation I struggled with was the access to microphones, which evidently sacrificed the quality of the podcast. The quality of the actual content was not at the standard that I would have liked it to be. Overall, I think each limitation and success is all a learning curve, and I'll continue to grow and flourish as a creator in future projects. Thank you.